Hello and welcome. We all want to feel our absolute best, especially as we get older. But what if I told you that there are 5 really common foods, probably sitting in your kitchen right now, that could be quietly harming one of your most vital organs? Today, we are going to dive deep into the hidden dangers for your kidneys after the age of 60. And to kick things off, here is a truly startling fact. You can lose up to 90% of your kidney function before you feel a single symptom. Just think about that for a second. It is a shocking statistic, and it's exactly why this topic is so incredibly important. Your kidneys are silent workers, but when they start to struggle, the signs often show up way too late. Let's just let that number sink in. 90%. Your kidneys are, without a doubt, the unsung heroes of your body. They are filtering your blood 24/7 to keep you healthy. But here's the thing. After age 60, it's just natural for these essential filters to start slowing down a bit. The real problem is that certain foods, especially ones packed with sodium and phosphorus, act like a constant stress test, and they can speed up that decline without you even knowing it. But here's the good news. And there is good news. You have so much power to protect them. In this explainer, we're going to pinpoint 5 of these common kidney killers and then show you exactly how to swap them out for a super protector food that your kidneys are absolutely going to love. So let's dive in and start cleaning up that diet right now. Okay, so our first 2 dangers are things that honestly a lot of us eat for lunch or as a daily treat, and we think they're totally fine. But hiding inside these everyday staples are ingredients that put a huge strain on aging kidneys. First up is what I call the sandwich trap, and that is processed deli meats. I'm talking about ham, bacon, sausages, and yeah, even those prepackaged turkey slices. They're so convenient and tasty, I get it, but they are a real hidden danger for older kidneys. So why is that? Well, it comes down to 2 words, sodium and nitrates. These preservatives, along with a massive salt load, basically force your kidneys to work overtime, day in and day out. Over time, that constant pressure can really damage their delicate little filtering units. So the key takeaway here is to make a really simple switch. The fix? Go for fresh roasted chicken or turkey breast that you slice up yourself. Sure, it takes a little more effort, but you're saving your kidneys a tremendous amount of stress in the long run. All right, number 2 is what I call the dark drink deception. And this one might surprise you because even the diet or zero sugar versions are guilty. I'm talking about dark colas. See, it's not the sugar we're worried about here. It's an ingredient called phosphoric acid. Our bodies do need phosphorus, but the type in these dark sodas gets absorbed way too quickly. Your kidneys really struggle to get rid of the excess, and that can lead to it building up in your blood, pulling calcium from your bones, and even forming damaging deposits in the kidneys themselves. So, if you love that fizz, the fix is super easy. Just switch to a clear, sparkling water. You can even add a little splash of pure cranberry juice for some flavor. It's such a small change, but it makes a huge difference, and trust me, your kidneys will thank you for it. Let's keep going. The next 2 dangers are often disguised as healthy or comfort foods. They're staples in most of our pantries, but if you actually read the labels, they tell a very, very different story. Number 3 is the lazy lunch trap. Canned soups. And this one kind of breaks my heart because who doesn't love a good soup? You think you're having something light, maybe a healthy vegetable soup, but have you ever really looked at the label? A single cup can have more than half of your entire recommended daily sodium limit. All that salt leads to fluid retention, which puts massive pressure on your blood vessels and, you guessed it, your kidneys. The fix here is fantastic because it gives you total control. Just make a big, delicious batch of homemade soup on the weekend, and then you can freeze it in single-serving portions for the week. This way, you control the salt, which means you control your health. Now, what's really interesting about this next one is that it's all about balance. Number 4 is dairy overload. Now, of course, we need calcium for our bones. That's a given. But as we get older, a really high intake of milk, cheese, and yogurt can increase the amount of calcium your kidneys have to filter out into your urine. And this can raise the risk of developing painful kidney stones, which can become a really serious medical issue. So the fix here isn't about cutting it out completely. It's all about moderation. You don't have to quit dairy, but maybe don't rely on it for every single meal. Try working in some alternatives like almond or oat milk every now and then just to give your kidneys a bit of a break. And that brings us to our final danger zone. This one hides in plain sight. We think we're just adding a little flavor, but what we're actually adding is a super concentrated dose of one of the kidney's biggest enemies. This is what I call the flavor bomb. We're talking about the condiments we use every day, things like soy sauce, steak sauce, and all those bottled salad dressings. They seem pretty harmless, right? But they are basically liquid salt, delivering an extreme amount of sodium in a tiny, tiny serving. Get a load of this number. Just 1 tablespoon of soy sauce can have nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's almost half of the recommended daily limit for many adults in a single spoonful. It's truly shocking, and it puts an immediate, intense strain right on your kidneys. It's like a kidney attack on a spoon. So the fix here is to get a little creative and go fresh. Flavor your food with things like lemon juice, garlic, onion powder, and fresh herbs. Think basil, oregano, cilantro. I promise your taste buds will adapt, and you'll start to appreciate the real, authentic flavor of your food so much more. Okay, so we've talked about taking the bad stuff out. We've identified those sneaky traps and found some simple, really effective swaps. Now for the best part. Let's shift from what to avoid to what you should be actively adding to your plate to really support and protect your kidneys. So, the big question is, after clearing out those 5 kidney killers, what's the one thing you can add in to truly thank your kidneys for all their hard work? What is this super protector? Well, the answer is a category of foods that are basically antioxidant powerhouses. I'm talking specifically about blueberries and red bell peppers. These foods are absolutely fantastic because they are loaded with compounds that fight cellular damage. And this is key, they're naturally low in potassium, which is really important for people who are managing their kidney health. Plus, they're delicious, versatile, and exactly what your kidneys need. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Here is your simple 3-step action plan. 1. Actively choose protector foods, like those blueberries and red bell peppers. 2. Get in the habit of flavoring your meals with fresh herbs instead of those bottled sauces. And 3. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more explainers just like this one, where we break down complex health topics into simple, actionable steps. Our whole goal is to give you clear information to help you live a better, healthier life. Thank you so much for watching.